Welcome back. And we're here in this segment of our program with Krista Morrison, a familiar face from Home Support. And Krista, you've brought another one of your fantastic team members with you.
I sure did. So thanks for inviting us today. And I wanted to bring along Gary Labecki, who is, your title is actually Office Coordinator.
Hi, Gary.
Hi, how are you?
Welcome.
Thank you.
And he's primarily responsible for billing, but he does lots of other multiple functions. So you may want to talk about your job a little bit.
What I do is
and your job is office coordinator?
Office coordinator.
Okay.
So I take care of the billing, payroll, long-term care. I work a little bit with the scheduling, with the aides as well, and really with the residents here to make sure that they're getting what they need from us in terms of their billing, payroll, billing, and their long-term care needs.
So people who schedule help through Home Support, you keep track of the number of hours and you submit the bills to the finance office.
Yes, and the services that are provided through through our scheduling department for all our clients.
Okay.
And we also do the long-term care for them as well, or
Okay.
help support that. And so we want to make sure that we basically just remind people that we can assist with the long-term care process.
I'm not understanding what you're talking about with long-term care. You don't mean long-term care in terms of Garden Ridge.
Insurance.
Long-term care insurance.
Exactly.
So you are kind of a liaison in terms of helping them contact their long-term care insurers?
Insurance company, and also with the process. And making
Okay.
sure they fill out the application correctly, that they have the right claim policy numbers, and that the services that they're getting through Home Support, that we bill them properly to that long-term care insurance company.
Okay, so let's go through this again because this is new territory.
Okay.
Okay, so I have long-term care insurance.
Yes.
And I'm thinking that maybe I need some help from Home Support. I can work with your office and I can say, okay, I have long-term care insurance. I don't know if
What do I do?
maybe it will pay for this, maybe it won't. I don't know what to do.
Correct.
Here's the name of my insurance company. What do I do?
Correct. So at that point, the resident needs to contact their long-term care insurance company. Let them know that they would like an application to review as to what their services are covered and how long their services are and what the dollar amount that they pay out per day, per month, on a monthly basis.
Because not all services would necessarily be covered, and not all conditions for an individual would
Correct.
necessarily make me
Eligible.
would trigger, eligible, that's the word, would make me eligible for my long-term care insurance to cover.
Correct. So the first thing to do is find out what your policy covers. So by contacting your long-term care company, they will send you along with the application, and there's no obligation once you request that application, but it lets you review that along with the services that they cover for you.
Okay.
At that point, then once you complete, if you feel you need those services, or you already currently have services through Home Support, well, at that point you might want to start using that. You're paying premium,
Sure.
monthly, quarterly, or yearly, so you can determine whether or not some of those services you'd like to start getting reimbursed for.
Sure.
So at that point, your long-term care company, like I said, will then let you know what your particular insurance policy covers. You can then coordinate that with me. I'm more than happy to sit down and go over all of that.
So you can help kind of get through the
Mediate
confusion.
through all that stuff.
Right.
And at that point, if you choose to, then complete the application, get it back to the long-term care company. They, at that point, because you're giving them authorization to contact me, at that point, I can now send to the long-term care company your care plan, your current care plan that was provided when you started, and also the services you're already being rendered, and just some of the what you call just the little paperwork that they constantly ask for,
Right.
license, etc. So then I'll get that to the long-term care company, and once they will look at that and determine what services that you can be reimbursed for, or at least partially reimbursed for.
So the payments that the long-term care company pays come to the resident,
Correct.
not to Greenspring.
Correct. The resident, this is private pay, so the resident still pays their bill, but on a monthly basis, usually around the 6th or 7th of every month, I then send off just your home support services to your insurance company.
Okay.
And then they go through and assess, and it will give you the date, the times, the dates, the hours, and all the service you got per day. And then at that point, they will even reverse you for whatever, how many dollar amounts that you're covered for.
Okay.
And they send you the check directly back to the resident or the resident family, whoever's in charge of
And
that
by you
policy.
sending it, you are certifying that what you are providing is something that meets the requirement of the long-term care company, that is a service that the person needs.
Correct.
Because I know that long-term care companies are not going to cover
Everything.
they won't cover if a person wants to have their hair combed. There are certain things, certain needs of a person.
Correct,
that
and
is
that's usually
only that they will cover.
determined by your care plan as well.
Yes.
So that's why they ask for your care plan. So they'll see if that on a regular basis you need, say, help with showering, dressing,
Yes.
maybe with your meals. Could be, it even covers pet care if you need it.
Okay.
So there's a lot of different things that it actually covers. You just have to be inquisitive enough and to ask for everything that you
Okay.
can possibly.
That is really
be
good
covered
to
for.
know that is a service that is provided.
And
Excellent.
we deal a lot with the clients, also with the clients' family members. Depends
Sure.
on who's handling
Sure.
their finances for them.
That makes sense.
And
So that's a very busy part of your job.
there's a lot going on. We've actually over tripled what we do for long-term care here for the residents.
Okay.
Since I started, it's been about a year and a half, so that's pretty good. So
That's
we're just
good.
letting everybody know that if you have it and you're not using it,
Right.
if you feel you might want to, at least inquire about it through your long-term care company.
Good.
And look at the services, and if you're already getting service and you're not using it,
Maybe you should be.
you might want to do that. It's a nice
Right.
way to get a little bit of help getting some of your money
Right.
back.
They're telling us we only have 2 minutes left. What else would you like to tell us about your job, Gary?
Well, just along with home support itself, if you already have services, we have a dedicated a team of schedulers. Contact us. They'll be more than happy to assist you either adding to your services, applying, getting new services if you're a new resident in here. We also have dedicated nurses that will come and help you as well with your care plans, and they also, once they start doing your care plan, they'll refer you on to us that, hey, we can help you with our long-term care company.
And you do have a wonderful new brochure out for those of you who, I'll hold it up to the camera here, hopefully we can get this. This brochure, I got a copy of it at the recent Ancillary Health Forum that you had, but this brochure is available probably, I would guess, in the mailbox areas or from your office that lists all of the services that are available from home support. Any final thoughts that either of you have?
I don't think so.
I think we're good for now.
That's good, but home
right.
support is
But
there
if you
for
need anything, you have a question, give us a call.
Okay,
Right.
lots of services available.
Exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
and one other question. I'm seeing Krista in a purple shirt. Are your
Yes.
shirt colors changing?
Well, yes, we've been saying that for a couple months, but we've had to reorder them. The CNAs and the home care workers will be wearing blue ones, but the nurses already got theirs, so ours is
So
purple.
we're not going to be seeing green shirts anymore.
Right.
We're going to be seeing blue shirts
Right.
on the CNAs,
And the home care workers,
and the home care workers will be wearing bright blue shirts.
bright blue, and the companions.
And the companions, everybody will
Right.
be in bright blue. We won't be
Right.
seeing the olive green anymore.
Right.
Okay. And the nurses will be wearing
The purple.
the bright purple. That's good to know. It'll take us a while to get there.